Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ IAS English channel. My name is Shubham Sagar. Today we have to talk about this particular issue. Whether there is no rule of law in UP. What has happened? Is there a law and order chaos or in UP? And what has Honorable CJI, Chief Justice of India sir, has said about UP which has sparked, so much outrage. We'll talk about it. And again, this article which has been published in The Hindu is an excuse for us to understand so many different things, like what is the basic difference between civil case and criminal case. There are different terms here also which is involved. Like when you talk about civil case and criminal case, we need to understand. Please understand this particular thing, that most of the people, you may have heard about these two terms a lot in your day-to-day scenarios as well. Civil case, criminal case. But most of us don't know the difference. We need to know the difference. What is the plaintiff? There are other terms also involved when we will talk about these two terms. Then there are certain questions which we have to ask about people from UP who have gone to UP, and more or less I have also been to Lucknow. I will share my experience and then we'll talk about what CJI sir has said. So do you think post Yogi Adityanath sir there is an improved law and order situation, or there is jungle raj there is too much encounter killing, nobody thinks about the law, and every collusive corruption is going on somewhere or the other? Whatever is your view, if you are from UP, you know more than maybe the author of this particular article. Or CJI sir, whatever he is saying, we'll see what he has said about this whole scenario. He doesn't know the ground reality, and that's why he has given this statement. With due respect to CJI sir, we'll talk about all these things. April 8, 2025, Hindu page number 1, and here CJI sir is saying that civil disputes are turning into criminal cases where the punishment is much more heinous, where you can be imprisoned, and simple and minor civil cases are being turned into criminal cases in UP. Why is it happening? Now let's try to understand. Let's try to see the quote which has been given by, or the statement which has been given by Sanjeev Khanna sir, the Honorable Chief Justice of India. He is saying that every day civil suits are being converted to criminal cases. It is verging on absurdity, and disputes over civil issues cannot be turned into criminal offenses. There is a complete, please pay attention here what he's saying. He's saying that there's a complete breakdown of rule of law in UP. And again, this is a question for people of UP. Is there a complete breakdown of rule of law in UP? And why civil disputes are turning into criminal case? One justification which has been given by many scholars is, in courts also, criminal cases are taken more seriously than civil cases. It has been resolved much sooner compared to civil cases, and that's why more and more cases are being converted from civil cases to criminal cases. And when it converts to criminal cases, it is no longer a case against the individual. It's a case against the state, and then state becomes active. UP government becomes active. They have their own lawyer, and that ensures that whole case is resolved in like sooner rather than later. So there are different statements which has been, or judgments which has been, or rationale which has been given. Why civil cases are being turned into criminal case? Please understand one thing. From exam perspective, be it UPSC or non-UPSC rather, we have to understand the basic difference between civil case and criminal case. So date and context, April 7, 2025, Chief Justice of India, he is not very happy with what is going on in UP, and he's saying that there is a trend in UP, and he's pinpointing UP. Just give me a second. He's pinpointing UP that there is something which is going on in UP which he is feeling is not correct. And what is that? Converting ordinary civil disputes into criminal cases, and he's saying that this is absurd, and there is again complete breakdown of rule of law. You people have to say in the comment section whether there is actually complete breakdown of rule of law in UP, whether things are done based on the whims and fancies of few and laws are just on paper. So nature of the case, the original matter was a check bounce dispute, and again we'll see what is the difference between civil case and criminal case, and how criminal case converts or changes into a crime not against the individual but against the state. So this is a check bounce case, but it was later converted into criminal offense by including terms like criminal intimidation, breach of trust, and conspiracy. And counsel's argument is, the people who have raised this issue, they are saying that criminal cases were being used as a shortcut. So if you want to resolve issues faster, convert civil cases into criminal case. This may remind you of scenarios when certain bills in our parliament were passed as money bill, because the process is much swifter. Again, we are just trying to compare and contrast here, as civil proceedings are time consuming according to the author. So critique of legal practice in UP. The Chief Justice of India sir, he's saying that lawyers have forgotten the existence of civil jurisdiction. You will understand the basic meaning between civil and criminal jurisdiction in few moments from now. Be with me. So directive to police authorities, and court is ordering that, please tell me, why is this happening in UP? Why is this happening in UP? I'm reiterating it. Why are civil cases converted to criminal case? And This is not a like one-time occurrence or two-time occurrence. This has been happening on a regular basis. Why? Political angle. And now, again, this particular article has also talked about or given reference to that Yogi Adityanath sir says that there is an improved law and order in UP. On the other hand, SP, again, we are not going into the political parties' stance and everything. It's up to you. We people have to say in the comment section, you who are there in UP. I've been to Lucknow last year and then I went there multiple number of times. I loved the infrastructure of Lucknow. I may have underrated it. So and there's a Lulu Mall also in Lulu Mall, yeah. So they're in, and it's an awesome place. You can go there. Lucknow, but then some people say that Lucknow is developed. All in all, UP, there is UP. I'm saying all in all in UP rather there is skewed development. There's a word which is used, which is known as skewed development. So again, let's come back to the topic. Let's be serious. Improved law and order in UP post Yogi Adityanath sir, or there is a jungle raj. Laws don't matter. Whims and fancies of few matter. What do you think? Or CJI sir, whatever he's saying, he doesn't know the ground reality. It's not like all the civil cases are converted into criminal case. What is your view on this? You can post it in the comment section. Let's talk about the core of this particular article, civil cases versus criminal case. Understand there are certain terms. Examples, you can take it. This can be asked in UPSC mains. They can give you in pre also. We'll see and we'll solve some question at the end as well. So to resolve private disputes. So this is a dispute between individuals, organizations, or both. But when we'll talk about criminal cases, it will be a dispute against the state. And that's why state becomes active. And that's why people believe criminal cases are resolved in a much faster manner. And the punishments are also much more in like criminal cases. Examples, property disputes, divorce, all these things are example of check bounce, which we were talking about right now, is our example of civil cases. Okay, then there are certain terms. Who are plaintiff? Defendant, you can understand. Who is being sued? Plaintiff is the person filing the case. Do keep in mind these words. These words are actually important. Outcome, compensation, no jail time, but there will be jail time in criminal case. So is this one reason why civil cases in UP are being converted to criminal case to ensure jail time for some people? Okay, standard of proof. See, these are the words which are important. Preponderance of probability. So two sides are there. If like one side has 60% probability, then they will win the case. That is called preponderance of probability. Whichever side seems more likely to be true. But again, in the criminal case, preponderance of probability will not do. There is something else there. These words are important. They can be asked directly. That preponderance of probability is used in criminal case. That is wrong. It is used in civil case. So again, purpose here to punish acts considered offenses against not individual or organization but society or the state. And that's why state becomes active here. Theft, assault, murder, fraud, criminal conspiracy, breach of trust. These were the words which were used in the check bounce case to convert a civil case into a criminal case in the current scenario. Parties involved, state versus accused. So this is no longer a case between two individuals or organizations or both, but against state. And that's why now state has a lot of money. They have their lawyers and okay, we have talked about it. Outcome, jail is there. There was no jail in civil case, fine or both. And in some cases, even death penalty. So you can see how things change when you transfer or you convert a civil case into a criminal case. Standard of proof here, it is not preponderance fact. It is beyond reasonable doubt. Much higher standard than in civil case. Remember these words, beyond reasonable doubt and preponderance of probability. These words are important. These are somewhat technical. We should know about these words. Okay, so hope you somewhat understood the difference between criminal cases and civil cases. Criminal jurisdiction and civil jurisdiction. This is the most important part. And then we'll talk something more about this whole scenario or this whole case. So again, question related to civil jurisdiction. What is the answer of this particular question? If you know it, you can post it in the comment section. And now let's come back to what we were discussing. Do you think and CJI sir, he is very, very angry. If you look at this and read this whole article, you will realize that he is very, very angry on UP. So again, and he is, as we have discussed, he is saying that there is a complete breakdown of rule of law in UP. We are not saying it. Sanjeev Khanna sir, Honorable Chief Justice of India, is saying that. So do you think there is no rule of law in UP? What is your view about it? Please post it in the comment section. Then again, Do you think, no, sir, there is an improved law and order scenario and there is no jungle Raj? And CJI, sir, maybe he does not know the complete reality. What is your view? Your views matter, our views matter, as I keep on saying it. And if you're from UP, if you know about UP, do post your views. Like, what is going on in UP? Why civil cases are being converted to criminal cases according to CJI, sir? And again, I will share this PDF along with the answer of the objective question which I just asked you in my Telegram channel, Fun Study with Shub, because study should be fun. Oh my God. Again, please keep it in mind, and this is actually important. If you are a UPSC 2026 aspirant who is preparing wholeheartedly for UPSC 2026, you can join our April evening batch. The batch has just started, and do join it, because the sooner you join it, the more prepared you will feel when pre-2026 comes or mains 2026 comes. And this is P2I, prelims to interview. So we'll be, helping you throughout this whole journey from prelims to interview. And that's why it includes interview guidance program, IGP. Then prelims and mains residential program is also included here. And if you are a monthly top performer, every month we'll have a test. And if you are a monthly top performer, we'll give you 11,000 reward. And that is actually will be a huge boost for you. And again, if you clear UPSC pre-2026, we will initiate full refund. And I like this particular provision a lot. I so wanted this provision during my time. And generally what happens, even different states, they give you refund, they give you scholarship when you clear prelims. But that is based on certain criteria, that you belong to this category or that category. Here, irrespective of category, you will get full refund on clearing pre-2026, because you will be making us proud, and we will ensure that you get proper guidance from, pre to interview level. And that is what we aspire to do. And again, the sooner you join, as I have reiterated it, the better it will be for you. Cool, sir. And do join at the earliest. If you have any issues related to how to join our batch, you can go to the pinned comment section. You can go to the description section. You will get our number. You can call on that number. You can get proper counseling, and do join, because this will help you a lot. Cool, sir. So again, we have talked about a lot of questions. If you know the answer of any of these questions related to UP, what is going on in UP, why civil cases are being transferred to criminal cases, according to CJI, there is a breakdown of rule of law. Is there a breakdown of rule of law in UP? Is there something called as Jungle Raj in UP? Or do you think, no, sir, UP is awesome, Uttar Pradesh is awesome, and there is no issue as such? Whatever is your view, you can post it.